Shopee blocks most scraping attempts within the first 50 requests. Lazada isn't much better. If you've tried scraping either platform and hit a wall of captures and IP bans, this video explains exactly why and what actually works. Let me show you what happens when you try to scrape Shopee the naive way. See that? We get blocked almost immediately. And if you keep trying, you'll get your IP blacklisted entirely. This isn't just simple rate limiting. Shopee and Lazada use some of the most aggressive bot detection in Southeast Asia. And if your setup doesn't account for all the layers they're checking, you won't get past the front door. So let's break down what they're actually looking at, and then I'll show you the proxy setup that consistently works. Shopee and Lazada check 5 things on every request. Number 1, IP-based rate limiting and bans. Make too many requests from one IP, you're done. Number 2, browser fingerprint validation. They check your canvas rendering, WebGL output, installed fonts, screen resolution. If your browser fingerprint looks automated, that's a red flag. Number 3, behavior analysis. Mouse movement, scroll patterns, how fast you navigate between pages, request timing. Bots behave differently than humans, and Shopee systems measure this. Number 4, regional detection. If you're accessing Shopee Singapore from a German IP, that's immediately suspicious. The platform expects traffic from specific geolocations. And number 5, data center IP blocking. Shopee maintains blanket bans on known hosting provider ASNs, AWS, Google Cloud, Hetzner. If your IP comes from a data center, you're blocked at the network level before anything else even matters. So this isn't a single wall you need to get past. It's 5 layers of detection running simultaneously. The IP is just the first check. This is why data center proxies fail almost immediately on Shopee. When Shopee sees an IP, the first thing it checks is the ASN, the network the IP belongs to. A data center IP belongs to a hosting company. Shopee knows this. Lazada knows this. They block these ASNs across the board. It doesn't matter if the IP is fresh, never been used, totally clean. The network it comes from tells the platform is not a real user. Game over. Residential proxies are a step better. They pass the ASN check because they come from ISPs, but they have their own problems. Residential IPs from peer-to-peer networks get shared across dozens of users simultaneously, which creates erratic browsing patterns that trigger behavioral detection. Mobile proxies solve the IP reputation problem in a way that other proxy types can't. Here's why. Mobile carriers like Singtel, StarHub, and M1 in Singapore use something called carrier-grade NAT or CGNAT. This means hundreds or thousands of real mobile subscribers share the same IP address at any given time. So when Shopee sees traffic from a Singtel mobile IP, it looks exactly like a real person browsing on their phone. Because that IP genuinely serves real people. The ASN is clean. It belongs to a carrier, not a hosting company. The IP reputation is high because it's shared among legitimate users. And here's the critical part. Shopee can't block these IPs without also blocking their actual mobile customers. So mobile carrier IPs have a fundamentally higher trust threshold than any other proxy type. That doesn't mean you can blast unlimited requests. You still need to respect rate limits and mimic real browsing behavior, but your baseline before triggering blocks is significantly higher. Alright, let's get into the actual configuration. There are 2 scraping modes, and each needs a different proxy setup. Mode 1, sticky sessions. Use these when you need to scrape anything behind a login. Order history, seller dashboards, restricted product data. If you're authenticated, you need to keep the same IP for the entire session. If your IP rotates mid-session, Shopee's security system flags it immediately. Mode 2, rotating sessions. For public data like product listings, prices, seller ratings, and search results, you want controlled rotation. The keyword is controlled. You rotate between complete page loads, not within a single scraping task. Rotate too fast and the rate limiter picks up the pattern. Rotate too slow and you risk accumulating too many requests on a single IP. Find the rhythm that mimics natural browsing. A new product page, a new IP. This is a mistake I see constantly. Using the wrong proxy location for the target market. Shopee Singapore, Shopee Thailand, and Shopee Indonesia are not the same platform. They serve different catalogs, different prices, different regional content, and they expect traffic from their respective regions. If you're scraping Shopee Singapore, you need Singapore mobile IPs. Singtel, StarHub, or M1. If you're scraping Shopee Thailand, you need Thai carrier IPs. AIS, True, DTS. If you're scraping Shopee Indonesia, you need Indonesian IPs, Telkomsel, Indosat, XL. Using a Singapore IP on Shopee, Indonesia raises a geolocation inconsistency flag. The platform sees a request for Indonesian product data coming from a Singapore network. That doesn't match normal user behavior and it gets flagged. Always match your proxy region to the Shopee market you're targeting. The proxy handles the IP layer, but that's only one layer of 5. You also need to handle the browser fingerprint. For best results, pair your mobile proxy with either a headless browser like Playwright or Puppeteer that renders real browser behavior, or an HTTP client configured with accurate browser headers. User agent, accept headers, proper cookie handling. Without browser fingerprint consistency, even a perfectly clean mobile IP will eventually fail. The IP gets you past the front gate. The fingerprint gets you past the second check. Both need to be solid. Before we wrap up, here are the 5 mistakes I see most often with Shopee and Lazada scraping. Mistake 1, using data center IPs. We already covered this. They're blocked at the ASN level, doesn't matter how new or clean they are. Mistake 2, scraping too fast. Your request timing needs to mimic human browsing patterns. Hitting 10 pages per second is an instant tell. Mistake 3, no session management. If every single request hits a random new IP, that creates unnatural traffic patterns. Use sticky sessions when appropriate and control your rotation intervals. Mistake 4, wrong geolocation. We just covered this. Match your proxy country to your target Shopee market. Mistake 5, ignoring Cloudflare challenges. Shopee uses Cloudflare protection on some endpoints. Mobile proxies help your trust score, but they don't automatically solve JavaScript challenges. You still need proper browser rendering or a capture solving layer for those specific endpoints. One last thing. Scraping Shopee data and managing Shopee seller accounts are two completely different use cases with different proxy requirements. For scraping, rotation-friendly mobile proxies with strong ASN reputation. For account management, dedicated sticky session proxies, one IP per account. The requirements for keeping accounts alive are much stricter. Don't use the same proxy setup for both. I have a separate guide on the account management side, link in the description. That's the setup for scraping Shopee and Lazada without getting blocked. If this was useful, subscribe for more proxy and scraping tutorials. I'm going through my full guide library and turning each one into a video like this. The full written guide with all the technical details is linked in the description. And if you need Singapore mobile proxies built for this exact use case, check out dataresearchtools.com. Next video, I'm covering the complete mobile proxy setup process step by step. See you there.